on the right channel. Holy shit. What's going on? Let me just take a look at the subscriptions. If we're watching this on the replay, I'd love to kind of hear what's up this week. What are your major highlights? What are some really cool things that happened? And I'll just jump right into it in a second. Just want to make sure that my stream is working. So I just thought it'd be kind of cool to do ask me anything type of thing. I know I've been kind of slacking with the whole YouTube thing, but there's been a lot happening in my life recently. So yeah, sorry guys. I feel like my life is going a million miles per hour and all that. So let's kind of see what's up. And cool fact, if you want to see something cool, I actually hit 9,000 the other day. So yay, one step closer to 10k. That was really my goal from the beginning, but it's kind of cool to see like my channel growing regardless whether what I do and stuff. So yeah, man. And you can tell like I really haven't been that active with my YouTube channel, so it's pretty bad. Sometimes you I don't know, sometimes you go through ups and downs, and I feel like right now with my YouTube channel and all that, I've just been really kind of struggling just finding a really strong brand for myself, like really taking the direction that I want to go. I feel like for me, I've always kind of struggled with this deep down inside, where I've just had so many interests. Like I've had a lot of personal development interests, thinking about creating another YouTube channel just based off of investing and stuff, but kind of like everything in one place too. Feels kind of good, but yeah, I'm going to Vancouver later this week, meeting with some of my friends, Rich and Niche, Nova Patra. I'm meeting up Tom, one of my good friends, my whole crew. So I'm hoping that when I go up there, I want to have like this. One of the major things I've been struggling with is just like really branding and vision, right? And I went on a hike earlier today, just trying to find that vision and just kind of, be able to kind of see the direction of my life and my channels and my businesses, because I really feel like I'm lacking it. There is a part of me that feels like, one of my core strengths or one of the things that really represents me the most is like my Refugee Hustle brand, where it's just like, hey, not settling for a regular, staying stagnant in life, working a 9 to 5 that you freaking hate. No one should have to go through that. We always have an option, and that's one thing that has been a constant theme in my life, that I've been kind of struggling. Let's kind of look at the comments really quick before I go too deep. By the way, got this cool Aura ring. I'm going to give you no, just kidding. I got this cool Aura ring. Been tracking my sleep this week. I have a video coming out on it later. I have an affiliate. I think I have an affiliate deal with Aura. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember, but I was trying to get one. Let me see what's up. Cool. So Seton says, haven't been here in a fat minute. Yo, welcome back, Seton. Welcome to the humble abode of Kevin Yee, the Famdy. Yeah, man. And I actually have a sales/closing call in a bit too. So probably just going to stream for a little bit. I might just like rest up, grab some water. Planning after my sales calls are done for today, I've been doing 12-hour days and stuff, and it really hasn't been paying off. Honestly, I haven't been getting that many conversions just because like a lot of things have been changing with all my funnels and stuff, and it's just not a, I want to say like mindset. I'm in a tough spot, but like I guess financially I've been feeling the hurt recently just because I was so used to making at least like $300 to $400 per day, and now like I've been dry for the last, well, not for the last week, but been dry for quite a while, so but that's the ups and downs of entrepreneurship, man, being like doing sales, marketing and all that. Yeah, man, you have good ups and downs. How do you change your life when you don't know what to do, when you don't know what to put the work in, learn/do stuff, struggle, exert, live? Yo, bro, Camille, I go through the same shit as well, man. And I think it's like really defining your goals. And don't take me as the best example of this, but I was actually watching Project Life Mastery and his vision of his life. And having one central vision really helps with everything. The truth is, I don't know how old, Camille, if you want to let me know how old you are, but there's no way that you should know like what you want to do for the rest of your life, bro. Like if you're really, really young, my biggest recommendation is just try a lot of different things. Like for me, it's almost like dating. I was trying jujitsu, I was trying kung fu, I was trying MMA and stuff. And these days, like I really love jujitsu the most. I've been focusing on that. But as far as life and business, I feel like it's going to change every 5 years, and it's okay to change. And I think sometimes like a lot of pharmacists get into this where they build an identity off of pharmacists, right? And they're too scared to leave, right? And it should never be the case. You should always be reinventing yourself over and over and over again and getting better and better every single time. So even within this last year or even 5 years, I reinvented myself from like, hey, I was a pharmacy student, became like a pharmacist, right? And then I was a pharmacy YouTuber, and now I switched to pharmacy manager. Then I was a pharmacy nomad. I might eventually do merging acquisitions with pharmacy. There's a lot of things on the table. I went from digital marketer, blogger, and stuff. Like I'm constantly trying different things. And I think when you're younger, it's really trying those things and setting really, not just trying just for fuck's sake. It's really trying with like the intent of like doing something great in that area, right? For me, I mean, it's not getting my black belt, but what I really want to do is get my purple belt in jiu-jitsu. So I've been just going every single day. If you guys haven't seen it, I actually have a kind of like a checklist of all the things that I want to do. Let me make sure that there's no sensitive information on my checklist. Habit tracker. I have this thing called habit tracker, or something I made, and I'm just going through it right now. Yeah, so I don't have anything sensitive on here, so I don't mind showing you. But take a look at this, and let me move my face out of the way. We'll move it here, and let's go back on. So these are some of my goals. I showed it to you last week. I've actually shortened it just to 3 days, just because 3 days is so much easier to manage than 7 days, right? And so like these are some of my major goals right now. Like I want to earn my jiu-jitsu purple belt by the end of the year. I don't know if that's possible. I'll really have to dive into it. But really, did I roll jiu-jitsu today? Did I perform my mobility exercises, acupuncture, massage, yoga routine? All this sort of stuff is so important, to be honest with you, right? Schedule, like I have different things, and I have my business things, sales calls, how many pieces of content I create for Kick-Ass Investing, my course, right? All these sort of things I've just been kind of doing. And even for my personal relationship with myself, I've been doing hypnotherapy from Scott Ulford. So transformational, man. I wrote these 3 things down. I don't know where it is. Yes. Like I went through a session, and I can tell you about it, but it's very woo-woo-y. But like one of the things I focus on, 3 things, is just like, hey, focusing on being happy, because everything will always be okay in the end. Everything that is supposed to happen will end up happening at the end. Second thing is, hey, you don't know your own potential, meaning like you can do anything that you really set your mind to. As woo-woo as that sounds, like one of those things when I was a kid, a great example is actually when I was a kid, my dad wouldn't buy me any of these gold cars at CVS. It was a toy car. And then, if I were to look back at that moment, that's why I did my hypnotherapy session. And if I could give myself advice back to that 5-year-old Kevin who wanted that car at CVS, I would tell myself, hey, don't worry, you can buy 100 of those bitches, or however many you want, all those gold cars, right? But it's so hard to see because you're in that present moment and you can't look back, right? Third thing is like, hey, change happens because of us. My dad changed. I thought he was stubborn as fuck, but when you are your authentic self, you can move mountains, man. It's really fucking crazy. So yeah, man. It's a lot of that stuff. I've been reading a lot and doing a lot of that stuff right now. So that's kind of besides the point. But yeah, that's kind of in short. Congrats on 9K. Thank you, bud. Hey Kev, I appreciate you finding the time to squeeze in videos like this. How do you memorize the units of measurements for pharmacy? I don't. I kind of don't remember that anymore. No. I guess like honestly, foundations, and then try to teach it. I think when you explain things and teach things, that comes necessary. But there's times where like I think jujitsu is a great example of learning how to learn quick, right? Or shit. Doing things like learning quickly, because with jujitsu there's times where you drill, so things like flashcards, like over and over and over and over again, you're just getting your reps, right? There's things like watching YouTube videos where you're understanding the philosophy of jujitsu, or maybe going to class, right? That's an analogy, right? And then teaching it is one of the best ways to learn as well. Tim Ferriss is actually one of the best ways to like about learning. He has this book called The 4-Hour Chef, which is really, really great. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. 4-Hour Chef by Tim Ferriss, and maybe I can find an infograph learning. Like, this is literally how I do everything these days. It's so funny. Let's see. But it was actually a great book about learning. So there's a great infographic about it. Let me take a look. I'm on Google right now. Let's take a look. I think this might be one. He has the DISC formula or something like that. Yeah, cool. So let me take a look. Yeah, so deconstruction, selection, sequencing, for stakes and stuff. So yeah, this is a great way to learn and stuff as well. But I think it's really getting in your reps. Whoa, shit. Hopefully none of that was private. But yeah, cool. Awesome. Around 20, I'm not motivated. Tony Robbins has a great quote, man. It's just like, you're not motivated, you don't want to go, you're not a goal, but don't want to work, you don't want to really improve necessary. Here's the truth, Camille. You're probably just in a stage where nothing gets you really excited. You haven't found that one thing that gets you really excited quite yet. And usually, like, I mean, I was in that stage. I was really depressed when I was your age, man. And by the way, hit that like button if you guys are watching this video on the live stream, or if you guys are watching this on the replay. I would love it. But I get it. Typically it's because we're in a situation where we feel powerless and we don't have anything that excites us in the day. So what I say is like, hey man, biggest tool that you can ever do is called the artist state. I'll leave it in, hold on for a second. The biggest thing I would start doing is actually there's this great tool called the Artist Way, and it's by Linda Cameron, I think that's her name. And she has a great website called the Artist Way blog. I would recommend picking up the book. It's really great, but this is this is more for artists and creatives and stuff. But I would say here you go. Look at this really quick. I just pasted it in the chat, but basically take some time for yourself and just do a bunch of things. And this will help you kind of figure out what you want to do in life and kind of open up more space. Sometimes when we're so in the throes of life where it's like, man, I'm going back to back with exams or even sales calls or whatever you want to talk about, right? You don't have enough room to breathe and figure out, take some time. As a man, it's really important to be taking some time for yourself, at least 15 minutes, ideally 60 minutes per day, just to go out there and just have alone time so you can collect your thoughts, delve into your purpose. One of the great things that you would ask, right, that I've been reading, great book I want to recommend, by the way. This book, it's called The Way of the Superior Man by David, thank you for likes, by the way, David Deida. And he talks about trying to find purpose, and I think that might help. I will actually, let me just throw a link really quick. I'll throw it in the chat as well. And if you want to support my channel, please use this link. I'll leave it in the chat. Or go to a library if you can't afford it. I mean, that's what libraries are for, guys. But hold on. So slow. Come on. Let's go. Bro, I don't want to come off as a hater, but you're very optimistic. Well, you have to be. When you're in when you're in sales or entrepreneurship, the biggest enemy is yourself. Having a negative mindset isn't going to get you anywhere. And I think it's being cautiously optimistic as well. Realizing that there's risk, there's danger to everything, but also having faith in yourself that you can work everything out. Everything is, I truly believe everything is figure outable, even though it might suck. And usually the things that you don't want to do is like that might be the case, but when you're optimistic, you can think of solutions. When you're negative or you're in a victim mindset, you just give up. Like if somebody's doing something to you, you're just giving up your power, right? For example, if like, and it's hard, don't get me wrong, it's really hard. Let's say if somebody, I don't know, cuts you off in traffic for a second, right? Or you get stuck in traffic every single day. Hold on, let me type this in. Way of the superior man. Let's open this shit up really quick. Tim Ferriss diss method. Let's open this up. Let's get this affiliate link up. Let's make some money today. Let's break this curse, bro. Here you go. Here we go. Making money today. That's right. Cool. Using my affiliate links. Cool. Where was my thought process? But having an optimistic mindset is so important. Everybody who is very successful, Tim Ferriss, like people like Tony Robbins and all these other people. Tony Robbins is a little woo sometimes, but even think about Gary Vee, very passionate, very optimistic at times, right? Those are the type of people who really kill it in life. Dude, I'm loving this, man. We're getting not a lot of people, not like 20 plus people, but we got the small crew in here. Love it, man. Let's see. And let's see what's up. We got Camille says Tim Ferriss diss method. Jay Fouquet. Jay is like thumbs up. Thank you for the like, bro. You're starting college this fall. Wow, I didn't know you were so young. Bro, have a lot of fun. And start just like honestly, the best advice I ever received in college was just meet tons of people. Doesn't matter like at parties, whatever. Meet both, right? Go to a bunch of parties, meet people, because here's the craziest thing. Some of my best friends are from those previous times. And I would say like this is contrary to what most people say. Like obviously don't fail school, but don't have the vision that school is not everything in life, right? Grades are not everything. Because I was talking to Angela the other day, we were having dinner, and she's talking about like, dude, it just gave me so much. She's been going through a lot of stuff in her life, and we were talking about perspective, right? And talking about how school is just such a small period of time in your life where it doesn't really freaking matter, right? Your grades don't matter, all that. Having these high honors things doesn't matter. Really reverse engineer your goals and really think about, where do I want to be? Do I want a career outside of retail pharmacy? Do I want a career in XYZ? And just start reverse engineering it that way. So yeah. I would say, yeah. So just have fun, just enjoy the experience, meet a lot of people, and start thinking about who are the happiest people that I see in my life and how can I kind of be like them and strive toward them. Maya Mood says, what haven't been on your lives in a while. Well, thank you for joining. Love that Squidward emoji, bro. Or not emoji, but yeah. Kevin says, at what recommendations would you have? I don't know what the question is. Try ask it again, maybe one more time, Kevin. Check out our pharmacy podcast. Never give a generic podcast on Facebook. I don't know if I don't know if what that means, but yeah. Anyways, so we got 10 people in here. For those 4 people who haven't liked this video yet, please hit that like button or dislike it. I don't care. Just want more engagement with this channel as well. But yeah, I've been having a lot of different thoughts. I've been just like believe it or not, guys, like as much as you guys ask advice from me, sometimes I feel very, very, very lost in my life at times too. And I think I'm going through one of those periods, but like at the same time, I'm pretty optimistic because I know that there's always like shifts coming in my life, and I know I have the right people around me. I live a very happy life, but at the same time, there's like that X factor, which I'm just like, fuck, dude, Kevin, you could be doing so much more. What is the next steps that you really want to take going forward in your life? And I don't know. I'm 31 right now. I'm still relatively young. Not as young as before. Like when you guys saw me in my earlier photos and shit. I'm wearing this on the wrong finger, shit. So I'm not married, by the way. But I just been thinking about where do you really want to be, and what other things do you want to try out. I still think I'm pretty young to be trying out different things, but definitely like I need to commit to one major idea. So I don't know. I'm just like meeting tons of people in this entrepreneur space for the last year. I've been meeting so many damn people, which was really cool. So Franco says, how can I truly understand my prospects in copywriting? What a really great, well, keep in mind, I'm not a professional copywriter. I love doing copy, but like, I don't know. For example, I think a great way to start, let's say if I were to, let me show you how I would do it and take it with a grain of salt. But let's say if I wanted to kind of do real estate, and maybe I'm in the real estate area, right? What I'll do is like, okay, let's take a look at like Reddit. Reddit is a great place because people really kind of like post their questions, and when people have questions, those are pain questions, right? So you can think of different angles and whatnot about how to approach like your copy. Maybe real estate is too broad. Where is it? There should be like subreddits somewhere here. I usually use mobile, so I don't know. Oh yeah, here we go. Moderators. Where are similar posts? Like if you're talking like this may be too broad, but you can get a good idea of what some pain points in the real estate, whatever your angle is, right? And talk, like I'm trying to look for something. I just saw one that I scrolled past. So let's see. First time buyer in Tennessee, right? So maybe you're targeting first time buyers, maybe not in Tennessee per se, but you're just trying to see what they feel. So I'm a first time buyer in Tennessee, active military duty. I was wondering if anyone knows about down payments. Okay, down payments is a huge question for a lot of these people. Huh, interesting. I wonder why that is. And then you start seeing the discussion. I think Reddit is so underutilized for copywriters and marketers. It's the number one tool I always use all the time when I want to research people, right? Let's see. When is AZ says, when is Angela coming back on? Not quite sure, to be honest. Yeah, so I want to, if I do bring her back on, I really want a certain topic. So if you have a certain topic that you want Angela to talk about or something like that, or just want her back on, I'm more than down. I think she's down, but like I've just been hella busy traveling all the time too, man. So are you still dating that Asian chick, Kevin? Yes, I am. That's right. Let's make this a little bigger. Man, I'm getting bombed. Just wondering about your recommendations for chemo art and your experience with patients who have cancer. Well, keep in mind, I mean, like I'm not a chemo expert, but it's tough, man. I've had patients who have like, man, I remember one of the major patients I remember, he's a Russian patient, right? And they used to come in to pharmacy all the time and all that, and then all of a sudden she not stopped coming, but you could tell that she was going through some shit. She started losing a lot of weight. I forget what type of cancer now, but it was so sad seeing him lose his wife, over time, and she stopped eventually coming, and then it was just a really, really tough situation, man. And it broke my heart to see that. So I think like one of the best things, other than like pharmacological interventions and stuff, is really using like making sure that you're very empathetic to people. Sometimes in the day to day, especially if you're in the retail setting or you're dealing with a lot of assholes in life. I mean, here's the truth: a lot of patients are assholes. I'll just say it, right? But if you can take a step back and just think about, hey, why are people being kind of aggressive or like why are they upset? I think that goes a long way. Taking the time to understand their situation, having more compassion in the healthcare community is so damn important. And it's severely lacking. I'll be honest too, I don't think corporations in the current business model of pharmacy really supports that. We don't get reimbursed based off of giving a fuck of people, right? I mean, that's the truth. You like, I don't care what insurance or third parties say. I mean, are we really reimbursed by that? I'm not saying like I have the answers to have like be reimbursed with time or something like that, but I think it really goes a long way in making sure that our patients are truly healthy and being truly supported. So I guess like if you have a more specific question, maybe, but I don't really know. Disneyland girl, yeah, that's her. Would you recommend the Aura ring for tracking sleep and heart rate? I will tell you this, I actually shot a video about it. It should be coming out very, very soon, but and I will have my affiliate link on there. You bet your ass, because I want to start making money, son. But I like it so far, but I'll probably talk a little bit more. It's only my 3rd or 4th day wearing it, to be honest with you. So try to give it a week so I can give an in-depth review. What's your mindset on money making as a student? How did it change after you graduated and actually got that money? Did it change? Oh, this is a really great question, Abdullah. You are MVP. Love this question. I'm gonna screenshot this. My mindset on money making as a student. Well, I'll tell you this. I mean, even from a pharmacist, like a regular full-time person to now, I think it's very different, because the people that really make it with a certain business model are 100% committed. I know that sounds very corny, very cliche, but I think like a lot of people are just trying to find business models. They're looking in the wrong places. When you are a student, you don't have money, right? So you can't really play the product or arbitrage game or even commodities, right? Or securities, like things like stocks and whatnot. It's very hard because it's a very volume-based game. So you need money to make money. The easiest way, not to say the only way, but the easiest way to make money other than like arbitrage, right, is really it's probably like a service-based business. So providing something like copywriting, providing someone like editing videos, or providing some sort of essential skill. That is what those are great skills that you can like control your own time and set up your own agency and all that. That's usually what I recommend if you want to go the entrepreneur route. But there's no problem getting a regular job too. I mean, there's plenty of regular jobs. I remember my friend, she was doing real estate while she was in pharmacy school, right? It was pretty crazy. That's how she paid the bills. But she was a hustler. I love that about her. And so like, honestly, I would say just don't box yourself in within like your career. Really keep an open mind about different career opportunities, and think about like, especially if you're on the younger side, like play a little more, experiment a little more, talk to people who have already done it, see what their life is. Would they really do it or not? I think a lot of people, when they do due diligence, they just go on fucking forums and shit and just like, oh, they try to find what's good about the business model, what isn't. And then the most important thing, after you talk to like 5 or 10 people, man, I think you got enough data. The real entrepreneurs or real people that make a lot of money, they don't wait forever to make a decision. They're really quick with their decision making after they have enough data. So after talking about 5 to 10 people who are successful in it, I think you will have a good idea of kind of going down that path. So yeah, man. My favorite skills, man: digital marketing, sales, and high ticket sales, and copywriting. Those are my 3. And if you like editing and stuff, that's really great as a student, man. And it's really easy to learn. You can literally learn everything on YouTube these days. I would probably pick up a course, but if you're really broke and you don't have that resource, like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with providing a skill. All right. Great question, man. Frano says, wow. Reading any good books, by the way? Yeah. So I just guys, I just picked up a few books. Well, first of all, I'm reading this book over and over again. Way Superior Man, really great book. Recommend it for all men. Even if you're a woman, I think it's really important knowing the roles of masculinity and femininity. I've been reading this book. It's in the car right now. I forgot to bring it up, but it's called The 22 Immutable Laws of Branding. So it really goes into great brands. And right now, I'm just in the stage of my life where I'm just trying to think about where do I want my personal brand to go, and what am I really fighting for, right? What is the one cause or vision that I have? So I've been really in that mindset. Been bought this really quick book on Zig Ziglar Selling 101. I read half of it. It's not bad. It's one of these books where it's really great to just get a recap if you just want to get in state of selling. And just bought this book, Built to Last. It's same book from good to great, and it talks about really great businesses. So these are actually books I actually bought recently, except with the exception of Way of Superior Man. Brian says, yo, let's grab Shibuya. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Actually, I can't do it this week. You know why? I'm going to Vancouver. But let me hit you up, Brian, and we'll set something up with Jenny, man. I think that'd be really cool just to get the crew together, man. Let's see. What are some of the other questions? Do you get any pressure from family to get back into normal 9 to 5 away from entrepreneurship? No, not really. My family's very supportive. My friends are super supportive too. I've always been lucky having great people in my life, and kind of, no, I haven't had too many people say, hey, Kevin, don't do this, because I've always been kind of a rebel, like kind of wild and shit, wanting to do my own shit. So I never really had that problem. And most of my friends, they're entrepreneurs too, who are a lot further than me. I gotta catch up, man. But like a lot, it really depends who you surround yourself with. My mom's very open-minded, and my aunts and stuff, like some of my aunts, they don't understand. My uncle is kind of like, really, you threw in? I'm just like, okay. My uncle knows what he knows, right? And I'm pretty understanding about, I'm not trying to change anyone's mind. This is the path I want to go down. This is the path I want to struggle with. This is my life. I really want to focus on it. So no, not really. And how do you deal with that? Oh, like I said, I mean, it's just really controlling the people that are in your life around you, making sure that you have positive people, making sure that you're very grounded in what you do. And here's the thing, I don't spend all of my time with my parents and stuff. Even my dad, he wasn't really for entrepreneurship in the beginning, but like eventually, like, I mean, you give up because my result, it really depends whose resolve is a lot stronger. Is it your parents' resolve or yours, right? And chances are, if you don't have that conviction within yourself to go down this route, that this isn't something that you really, really want to do, and that your parents can talk you out, chances are you probably don't want it bad enough. You don't have a strong enough vision, right? Like for me, I want to provide stupid generational wealth. And how am I going to provide generational wealth with really just a pharmacy income, right? Especially like you see all this shit happening with pharmacy where, pharmacies, they cut 40% of their workforce or whatever. Walgreens is cutting a lot of people as well. Like, it's not a hot time for pharmacy, and I don't see why. Like, I don't see this as a potential vehicle getting me there, right? Whereas like something like sales and marketing, there's no cap. Once you get a few retainers, man, they're not with you for life, but they stick with you, and you can build, like, you just need to put a few, like, just a short amount of time. You don't need a closing costs or sell a house or anything like that, or get a license, right? And that can pay you over and over and over again. Or even digital marketing, where you provide a really great service, or you either do your own service or help somebody else with their services, man, and it pays you over and over and over again. Like, it's a great feeling, guys. So yeah. Do you think about moving out of the house away from parents is important? Yeah, man. I think it's extremely important, because I think spending time away from your family is essential. Like you have to do it. Just because it's part of growing up and you have to find your own way. I feel like if you don't move out, your parents always view you as that low hopeless kid, that little kid, right? Because if you don't move out, that's how they're going to view you because nothing ever changes. If you think from like, I don't know, from the day you're born and you're 26 or 30 years old, they're still going to treat you like a kid because they never had that separation. They don't see you, they see you as that same identity from when you're a little kid. Maybe a little different, but just in general, you're probably like a man child, man. Yeah, so those are kind of my thoughts. I got to rest up. My voice is kind of cutting in and out. I want to make sure I'm really rested well for my next call, guys. But yeah, I enjoyed really chatting with y'all. It brings me a lot of joy just to see people still tune in, even though I'm not super active with my channel. I'm just really happy that you guys just tune in, guys. So I really appreciate it. Really appreciate all the love today. If you want me to do, I might do a Q&A next week. I'm not quite sure. Just because I'll be in Vancouver next week, visiting my marketing friends. But yeah, guys, I'll leave it like that. Have a great week. I hope you guys kill it. And we'll talk later, guys. All right. Peace. Actually, one more. Nah, I don't want to answer that question. Is SMMA either? It's different, bro. So anyways, guys, I will talk to you guys later. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.